Evening, everyone. A very happy new year to you and your loved ones. What a great way to start the year. We've gotten a bit delayed because of the incoming flights, many of them, but it's never too late to make a good start. Last year, we've had a very, very exciting year, not just for Mahindra, but for the auto industry. It has kept all of us very busy. And we want to be able to continue that momentum in this year also. And for that, we're making a start with a big bang, the launch of the XUV 7XO. And to take the proceedings further, I would like to invite on stage our very dear Velu. Over to you, Velu.
Good evening. Wish you a very happy new year. The Chief Marketing Officer threw us out to 2021. I was wondering what she has thrown us to. And let's see what she has done it. Oh, she put so many numbers. How do I interpret these numbers? So 1.1%, 29%, and 23%. So let's start 1.1. That's something UV2 category from F15 to F19. And if we were living in F19, we would have imagined, oh, at best you will go to 2.1%. But something different happened. There's some X factor came in the UV segment. Probably that is called as XUV 7XO, and that's what she is thrown us at. So what happened after that? 29% in the UV2 CAGR growth, and in the SUV category it is 23%. Isn't it amazing? And probably she has done the right thing. What happened was, there's an admiration from all the journos. There's a love from customers, and there is a celebration from the financial analysts and investors. And the reason is, the journalists showered us with 40 plus accolades and awards, winning the ICOTY award after 21 years, and 5.5 billion revenue. This is the fastest SUV to clock 50,000 crores. Admired, loved, and celebrated. XUV 7XO. We talked to customers who loved us. Of course, the journalists are there, the dealers who sell the cars are there, but we want to bring the customers to here. And let's hear what these customers say about the XUV 7XO.
From owning a 4-seater to owning a 7-seater, life has evolved.
A very touching thing for me was when I got retired. So it was 3 generations of my family receiving the new car.
I had the 500 for a long time, and moving to the 700 was a no-brainer. I didn't even take a test drive. Ended up taking the same color, the same number. It's a new car, but in some way, that old identity is also there.
Definitely I made it. I think within 10 years I've been able to move into a luxury segment. I think I've arrived.
We have a dog that we travel with. We built a special bed for the dog which goes into the rear seat. She is very, very happy in the car. We take her out, Open the door, she knows what to do. She goes straight in.
Well, I'm a retired guy. I want comfort while I'm driving. For my age, I mean, this car it gives me all the pleasure.
Just because I don't drive does not mean that, the advantages of sitting in a luxury car should be taken away from me.
Even after driving for 10, 11 hours, there was no strain on the driver. I was perfectly fine. Could have gone another 300 kilometers. So.
When the first time when I sat in the car, the huge screen, the sunroof, it gave me very close to what my cockpit experience is.
The engine is remarkable. It is as competitive as any other foreign brand which we have been having in this country. It was a no-brainer for me to take a decision that I would like to go for an Indian brand.
You're seated at a height where you can actually see the top of every car around you. When you drive the XUV, basically, most of the people, they move to the side, they give you way. It actually gives you a king of the road experience.
यार जब गाड़ी सड़क पे चलती है ना तो मजा आता है. You like the way people hide. I think that gives you a high.
You saw the aspirations. You saw the baby girl loving the car, and the Mimi sitting in the second row. We need to do something. The champions never rest. They reset. And now asked me, Velu, what are you going to do? What are you going to reset for those customers who have experienced for 4 years? Pradap Guru put the boundary conditions. Velu, this is what I am giving you to reset. A Talon. When I was talking to Manjari, she asked me, I will give you the pride to MRV. And in a common man statement, you have to define the right. It's most complex topics. You take a vehicle, you go through the roads, you get undulated roads. In the highways, you have waviness, and you have rough roads. The body starts reacting to that, and that gets to the floor and seat and the steering. That's what you feel as a ride. Also, the body starts rolling, that we call it a roll. It can start pitching as you brake and accelerate, and it can also yaw when you steer it. That's called body motions. You will be surprised. All of these are controlled by only 10 millimeter of the damper. Only 10 millimeter of the damper. But if you make that 10 millimeter of the damper soft, but when it goes to high-speed cornering, and when you go and hit the lip of the pothole, which has 300 millimeters, the whole vehicle will sink and topple. In order to take care of high-speed cornering, and the pothole, when the vehicle hits the pothole, that it has to have the firmness, you jack up the force at the low speeds. You start increasing the force at very low travels, and that does not give the ride. 2.5 years ago, we gave this problem to Tenneco and to the MRV engineers, and we said, we have to come up with something to the passive suspension system the world has not seen so far. And they came and told me, look, I have a possibility to do it, but you have to have the multi-link suspension in the rear. Of course, compared to any competition, 7XO has that multi-link suspension. It's an advantage for us. The center picture shows what the technology is. We call it as Da Vinci valve code, valve technology. And when it integrated with the front and rear suspension, we modified the suspension and we call it as Da Vinci suspension system, passive suspension system. That takes the world today by surprise. Here is what you see, the performance of it. It's as I said, the conventional damper starts acting as soon as the 0.1 means is roughly 100 millimeters, but everything else is before. It is the zone that you have all the body rolls. And you have to have the very softness here to get the perfect ride. You cannot rise it as the body rolls. And then you start steeply rising. This is the requirement. And this target was met by this suspension, Da Vinci suspension system and the damper. And at the high speeds where you go and hit the 300 millimeter pothole, you see this happening in the rumblers, which is the most significant movement of the damper, and how these fluids flow inside. If you say this is one of the world's first introduction, I showed it to her, and obviously she said, it looks very theoretical and people like you can understand it. And we have to come with some better test. But look at the DCX, how the ride on the body. It's very, very damped. Personally, I've driven for 6 months. I really feel I go to MSPT from Chennai to MSPT is really fatigue free. You will love it. So the glass inside the cabin was added by Manjuri, and then she said, now you can add the video to the launch. So with this suspension, we got the external agency to measure the vehicle dynamics. We expected that to surpass to 7.9. Obviously, we did. It's fun to drive. You will drive it tomorrow. And it's easy to handle. And it's extremely comfortable ride quality. It sets the benchmark for everybody else to aspire to achieve. Once you get a quieter suspension with no noises coming from the road to the cabin becomes really, really quiet. As you can see, up to 2,600 RPM, you get nearly 90 plus or minus 2 articulation index. Articulation index is something that when I'm talking to Pradap Guru, and he is able to hear me 90%, and I am able to hear him 90%, the design and engineering is able to hear it, operating about 90% efficiency. That's the meaning of that. You see for both gasoline and diesel, and it's a benchmark in itself. So one thing I learned in the suspension contributes greatly to the interior noise quality apart from the powertrain. Of course, the powertrain has an exceptional torque, 380 Newton meters for the gasoline, and 2.2 liter diesel has a 450 Newton meter. With this torque, and that's the noise quality that you saw. It's an exceptional performance by any standards. We have suspension system, you have NVH, and you have the performance. Now you need the safety. We wanted to take the safety to the next level, and we found out the Mobileye system, generation 4 that we were using, we went to 2 generation ahead, Mobileye 6, IQ6 we call it as. We did 2 changes. The radars that we have mounted currently senses 180 meters ahead, and now we wanted to sense 250 meters. That's 40% improvement. So the radar is able to detect very fast what is ahead. And also you need, if you are sensing ahead, you need the wider field of vision. So we increased by 20%. So coupled with this, it dramatically increases all the ADAS features to a greater extent. Lane centering, lane change assist, and ACC, the advanced cruise control, adaptive cruise control. These are two things. And this is aided by the 3.7 times the high resolution camera from 1.7 megapixel to 8 megapixel and 3.5 times more computing. This more computing gives you ML algorithms are introduced in it, so it can detect cows, standing cows. It can detect two-wheelers more accurately. It brought a lot of things, the static things that it can detect. So this is the first time in the ICE industry in SUV that we bring such an ADAS technology. It's a path-breaking technology that we think you will enjoy it tomorrow. Of course, when you drive it, you can really see it, how the whole system works in the animation. In the driver display system, you get...
Thank you. Always listening to Velu Guru is a true engineering and science lesson. Even we get to learn what the cars have. So, Happy New Year, everyone, from Mahindra Design and all of us at Mahindra. You know, I'll tell you a little story. When I joined the company in June 21, we were a couple of months away from launch. And, you know, I was really blown away by the 700. You know, Rajesh, Velu, others showed me the car before launch. And it really gave me an XUV is truly unique. So it's very difficult to update or redesign a product which has generated so much love in the market. You have to do it very carefully. And so for us, you know, when we started the design, you make sure you keep that iconic proportion and silhouette. That's, you know, what's most recognizable. When you come around the front, the C-shaped DRLs, again, became very iconic. I drive, or you all drive on the roads all over. When you see these DRLs, you instantly, in traffic, you instantly know it's a XUV 700. So we've taken that to the next logical level. You know, this is about familiarity and yet being new. That's very important. The grille is the next sort of element we looked at. It's very powerful, but we've taken that, again, to a sharper, more bolder execution. When you look at the side silhouette, or actually the stance of the vehicle, we've added a few more, you know, jewel-like elements, both in the wheels and also the cladding. It's all in piano black now, and you'll see that. Just adds that touch of class. And in the rear as well, the XUV is a powerful, wide vehicle. The graphics we've used to design that rear only enhances that. So the 700 basically became the 7XO because there was so much new. I love this bit of the process. You all know, those who know me, you know, the exterior and interior design process is absolutely fascinating. It's still, after 25 years, it still excites me. But it always, as I said, always starts with a sketch that our designers are able to create, you know, something that really grabs you. In some of our design presentations, when we ask we have a small design review team, and everyone gives their opinion, and then we all come to Velu Guru, and he says, "Oh, emotion nahi aaya," you know. So we go back to the drawing board many times on projects. So is that emotion expressed in a sketch like this? Of course, then we make many, many sketches. We spoke about that talon-like elements on the front grille. You know, it has to look powerful, poised, and not loud. It's that quiet confidence that's very important in an XUV. And of course, the athletic muscle that the body has. This feeling that, you know, it's moving while it's standing still. That to us is fundamental. And you can see how it draws from the original 700, but just moves all the elements a little further, a little more modern. And then this is the kind of final sketch the design team is able to produce. This is what we show Rajesh, Velu, Nal, and you know, this is where we press the button and say, yeah, that's the one, let's go with it. So you can see in the process, there's a lot of artistry, there's a lot of heart that goes into creating that. Of course, many people ask, what do designers do? And I always say designers design everything that a normal customer would touch, feel, and sense in a vehicle or in a product. And that means going into every single detail. What is the expression of the lamps? You know, the lamps are like eyes. Eyes are the window to the soul. So the expression of the car is always through those front headlamps. You know, purposeful, slightly serious. XUV is a little serious, but still has that personality. Like I said, every single detail, these beautiful 19-inch wheels that are absolutely stunning when they're moving, as well as when they're standing still. I think wheels have to look great in both sort of in motion as well as when the car is parked. And there you see it's emerging from the original 700, but every bit as recognizable, every bit as familiar, and yet totally new. There are some images of the exterior. This our digital team puts together. We are able to generate some very high quality images very early in the process, so you know what the car will eventually be like on the road. The interiors. Now, exteriors, I always say sell a car. It's that love at first sight, but the interiors is what keeps you in love. It is really a place where, you know, you spend most of your time with the car is in the interiors. And we take, you know, great care at Mahindra to ensure that the interiors are beautiful. When you open the door, you really feel that you're walking into a special sort of interior, a special space. Of course, we have our signature coast-to-coast 3-screen display, very high quality, very loved in already. You've seen this in some of our electric origin BEVs, and we've brought that into the 7XO. Seat comfort. Veluguru will go into some more detail on the materials that we've used and how comfort is paramount, and every seat is important. I always say that if it's a 7-seater or the 6-seater, every seat is important. Every seat is first class. And we truly believe that. So if you see the third row, there's as much attention and care in designing those, finishing those, as there is in the driver's seat. So we don't treat any of the rows differently. And again, you can see what a light, airy, beautiful cabin you're able to get into in the ICE world. The lighting, mood lighting is very, very important. People love it. And again, you know, that just enhances the feel of the interior of the car. Materials I'll talk a little more about, but this is just some shots of the different rows. Now, CMF, colors, material, and finishes is everything that you touch and feel. And we take a lot of care and a lot of pride in designing these. When you, as journalists or bloggers or the ordinary customer gets into the car, you know, we don't want those reactions like, oh, it's plasticky, it's flimsy. So the build quality, the feel of the materials is extremely important, and we design and engineer them actually, you know, very, very carefully. So here you'll see we were inspired by what's happening in the world around us, the world of design. It's not only automotive, there's yachts, there's architecture, there's furniture, and we draw inspiration from that world. Because this is where we see this 7XO, living in this sort of world. So you can see we've created two colors. One is called Lumina, and the other one is called Chestnut Brown, and you'll see that more. And then the design team really goes into the touch, feel, how rough is rough, how smooth is smooth, how soft is soft, how pliable is the leatherette. Everything is actually passes through human hands, and I think that's very, very important. In this world of AI, the human touch is still fundamental, and all of this comes together in creating a beautiful interior and exterior. Someone just asked what's my favorite color on this, and I really love all the colors, but the ruby velvet is very, very special. Okay, and in the end, like I said, we create a little bit of a visualization of the world in which the 7XO customer, would see him or herself. It's a little bit of a fantasy, but of course designers can take that artistic license. And again, the design team creates some very beautiful images and imagery. And this, in fact, many times goes to inform our communication campaign as well. This world that we place the vehicle in. This is very similar to where we are today. We didn't know that at the time we were designing the car. And of course, you can get out into the great outdoors as well. So let me show you a little clip of how we see the 7XO.
X. What do you think? Is it power of X or the power of X to the end? How could I have crashed that vehicle? We have many, many vehicles that you will drive tomorrow. The tech. So we now need to put the India's first technologies to make this beauty the beautiful. So what I'm going to show you something, and coast to coast screen that we are bringing in, which Pradap Guru has shown you. But we need a controller. So many people asked me, what does this controller do? So I went to the software engineers and the electronics engineer. I asked them, can you explain me in simple terms, what is this power of these controllers, the memory, the RAM? And then they say there is AI power, there is a processing power of graphics, all that. I said, cut the clutter and tell me in very simple terms. One of the brilliant engineer told me that, Velu, there are three things in the screen that you need to worry. One is the resolution. They said you have a typical HD screen, you have 720 pixels, and each pixel you can light up, and that gives the brightness. And you can switch it off, that gives the darkness. But when you switch off, if it is not dark, if it is gray, then the contrast is not good. So you need a wide contrast. It has to be really black, and it has to be really bright. So that's the HDR, the high definition range you have to have. So that's one thing about it. That's about the number of pixels. You can have three variants in it. You can have HD, full HD, and you can have the mother of all, where the Dolby Visions are played. You can have 8.3 megapixels. Number of pixels can be 8.3. In HD, you have 0.93 megapixels. And in a Dolby Vision situation, you have 8.3. That we call it as 4K. 4K is nothing but 4,000 pixels in one row. You have it. That's very simple, isn't it? You have 4,000 pixels and you light it up and you switch it off. It's very simple. I think you got it. Yeah. Then he told me that you put a black color and you put a white color and you put an yellow color and you have to transit between the yellow, green, blue to the red and white. And you have to have such a gradient of colors in small steps that it looks real and natural. This stacking of transition of colors, the dynamic of processing is the most important thing in a display unit. How you take the video from YouTube and you process it and display it. That's why you need such a very high power ECUs. That's called 8 series, which is called 8155. That brings you the 4K capability. You can take a 4K video and you can run it. In the 4K video, you can put a Dolby Vision, and the Dolby Vision gives you the highest contrast and the best brightness and the best darkness. You get it. And you can do it by screen, scene by scene. And within a scene, you can do it for regions. And that's a Dolby Vision. No one in India has tried it. And you know, we have Dolby Atmos, the audio. What about bringing this beautiful experiential technology? And that's what we have brought with this 8155. That's why we need high compute, graphic performance, 10x we have to improve, processing throughput 2.5. The AI compute capability is what you saw, the ADAS simulation that you see it. So that's the use of it, and memory we have to take it. So it's a significantly high power upgrade for the 8155. Therefore, it's India's #1 ICE SUV has that 8155 powerful chipset. What do you do with this? What do you do with this? Okay, you experience it. Should I go to dealership and can you do me a photo? And can you do me engine and transmission ECUs photo? Yes. What do? You bring complete change in the communication system. All the ECUs are connected with the Ethernet. What is Ethernet? What is CAN? CAN is something in megabytes. In megabytes, you transmit the data. It takes hours to transmit the data. But the Ethernet is in gigabytes. It just rams the data. That's what is needed to do the photo of all your electronics computers. This car has every ECU can be flashed through photo. That's why we changed to Ethernet architecture, just like we had in BEV. We bring it, and then every app can be independently controlled. Tomorrow when you drive the car, you will see multiple apps. The app that I like the most, the very important app that I like is I go to the app and then I press it. It goes, any city you travel, in that city, where is the doctor, where is the medical facility, where is the theater, and where is the fueling stations, and you press a button, it goes to the person name with the phone number, you press the phone number, it connects you directly. That's the power of this architecture. And beyond this, I don't want to bore you with this physics. But Manjari told me she has some video in that there's a person dancing, and she also said she will dance. That's better to watch. Manjari, over to you.
Thank you, Velu. While Velu has walked you through the 8155P chipset being the best in India and the first time in the XUV 7XO, I'm going to walk you through what it truly is capable of delivering for our customers. And starting with these 3 screens that you see, a ton of apps over here. But the first one really is the Cinema Escape. What we mean by that is content shareability across all screens. So you can watch your favorite cricket match. For all occupants, it's the same play happening. You can see on the screens, the BYOD and the center screens, both, all of them are capable of playing the same content. So you can watch your favorite OTT series, all of the occupants, or a cricket match. Followed by lots of firsts that we have heard thus far, but with Dolby Atmos and Vision coming together for the first time in India, this is the first SUV that combines this experience together to give you completely elevated in-car entertainment. I'm not going to delve on it because it is for you to experience it at the Dolby booth here with Karan and his team. They are all here to help you really get that immersive experience of Atmos and Vision together in our car. Yes, theater on the go, the car truly is capable of giving a complete spectral balance with Harman Kardon 16 speakers that are on high performance mode always. You get a complete 3D immersive experience. And I'm going to just show you a couple of these experiences by what we mean on theater on the go. And you can see the placement of the speakers on the sides. The 16 speakers are placed in a way that it's completely immersive, even in the 3rd row. And you can see the whole spectral balance, the way this happens. And this is also for you to experience in the Harman Kardon booth. So I would really urge all of you to please go visit the Harman Kardon booth that we have here for that experience. One of the things is, when you have such immersive experience and you are driving the car with family in the back seat, there is obviously vehicle noise, there's noise from outside. We have a special capability here, which we call it vehicle noise compensation. What it does is truly identifies the frequencies that are outside the frequencies of your entertainment that is getting played in the car and adjusts for it, compensates for it, so you continue to get the complete immersive experience even when you are driving your car. One of the favorites that we have here, proudly borrowed from our e-SUVs, is the Venuscapes. And two of the features that I'm going to just show you here is that this is capable of truly giving you the experience of Boston Symphony Orchestra. So can we please have the Boston Symphony experience here? Yes, it is truly elevated from a normal dry audio experience that you get. And this is not all. There are a lot of sports enthusiasts amongst us, and they would have gone to stadiums like Wembley sometime to see some concert or some match. And we do have that in the car through Venuscapes. Can we have the Wembley experience? Yeah, the reverberation. You can switch on this mode to enjoy your favorite music or concert. So much so for entertainment, it's important, etc. But most of our lives we spend working. We all know that, and it's always work on the go. We are in the middle of either a call, meeting, etc., etc. And to really provide that experience to another level, we have what we call the work on the go mode, where we have BYOD, BOSS mode, and the rear wireless charging, all of you giving a complete office-like experience while you are being driven, and either you are running late for meetings, or you can take meetings while you are on a long commute or on a long drive. But the first thing, I've been talking to a lot of women customers, especially homemakers, mothers or people who are entrepreneurs, working mothers. They have time for everything else but themselves. And their pet peeve is that I don't have enough time to get ready when I'm leaving for work or I'm going for a power meeting. We have something called makeup on the go. Of course, enabled by the first to the world Da Vinci suspension system. It enables you to adjust the co-driver seat and touch up your makeup. Very important for women. That's not all. If you're running late for your meetings, we do have the absolute experience of BYOD and BOSS mode. Imagine writing notes on your iPad absolutely fluently. And that's not all. If you get stumped by a question from your boss, or you're just curious about something that you want to immediately know, we have an integration with our new best friend, everybody's new best friend these days, ChatGPT, powered by Alexa. So we have integration of Alexa and ChatGPT for first time in India in XUV 7XO that can enable to absolutely effortlessly work, ask questions, make research notes, anything that is capable in ChatGPT can do it through Alexa in XUV 7XO. And all of this, while this entertainment, the theater on the go, the work on the go, all of these tech features are absolutely great. But what if we told you that this can come to you with the comfort of your living room? And that's where we have the luxury part of our seats and everything else that we have in the 7XO. You see the seats, they are first of all made with high density foam, which is not only ensconcing, so it's ergonomically designed, it fits to the contours of your body, but it's also resilient enough to not give way quickly, so it's very long lasting. That's the high density foam. which is the base of our seats, the plush pads, which give you extra comfort and almost like working, pretty much sitting on your sofa kind of an experience, and the ventilated seats, not just front, but rear ventilated seats for the first time in XUV 7XO, which give you the absolute comfort of having cooling down when it is really, really hot. Global warming, we all are facing it. And one of the things that we are really careful, all of us are all about these days, is the UV rays, extra temperature that you can't bear from the windshield. But the XUV 7XO has a solar shield, which gives its occupant a cabin completely wrapped in calm, because it's a specially engineered glass that filters noise, solar heat, and harmful UV rays. And some of the stats are here on the slides, side slides. 7% cooler. We've actually done a chat GPT on it to figure out that in a 40-degree temperature, 2.8 degrees is actually perceptible to human body. So it's reduction, significant reduction in the temperature within the cabin, 6% less bright, quieter, and filtering the harmful UV rays. And last but not the least, setting your own mood when you are going for a party or out with family or just on a long drive. You get to set your own mood with the ambient lighting system that we have. 16 million colors to choose from. Good enough to choose that Mera Wala pink? Of course. But what if the rear occupant wants another color? You can choose that as well. The front occupant can choose their own color, the rear occupant can choose their own color, and the dash can also have its own color. So it's a 3 different modes that this ambient lighting is really capable of. It's just not one light. That is why set your own mood for every occupant. And then we also have the Groove Me for those who love rock, to those who love some desi beats. Okay, with all of that, I'm sure you are eager for the most exciting part of this presentation. And for that, I'll hand it over to Nal. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to clarify, I'm not here to dance for the music, by the way. I'm going to talk about the variants here. So, as you know, 7XO, a lot of love has gone into the product, a lot of passion has gone into the product. And we want to make sure all our customers who are out there, every one of them, has something they can take home. So that's what we're talking about when we say X for all. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talk a little bit about the various different variants. We spent a lot of time talking to customers on what exactly they would want in their vehicles, at what price point they would want it, what are hero features for them, what are features we think are very important, but in reality are not very important features for them as well. So I'll spend a couple of minutes talking about the insights we got out of that, and then we'll get into the variant itself. So if you look at the overall market, we largely play in the 15 to 50 lakh. I'll spend a minute on that as well separately. The customer profiles you look at it. The first base of customers is in the 15 to 20 lakh. This is what we call entry to the big league. They're already a car owner. They might be having a hatchback. They might have a CSUV. And they're now wanting to leapfrog to get a 7XO. So that's the phase. First base of customers. They might be looking at a mid-size car, a mid-variant of it. So we really want to give a value proposition for them where they can directly upgrade and leapfrog to a 7-seater as well. So that's the first segment of customers we are looking at. The second one is a little bit of a step up your lifestyle. They've already started to get into the mid-size SUV space. It's a bit of leveling up for them. They might be in the UV1, they might have a sedan. And they're now starting to think about how do I upgrade my lifestyle. A little bit of a bump up, not a lot. And they're looking at a top end of a mid-size SUV or an entry level of a UV2 as well. And the third one, of course, is somebody who already belongs to the big league. And here is a very interesting insight we've gotten. One is, of course, somebody who already has a 7-seater SUV already, or could be somebody who's looking at buying a luxury car, one of the luxury SUVs or luxury sedans to that extent. And in reality, they go back and take a look at the product, and they say, you know what, I actually get a much better product proposition with the XUV 7XO than trying to go into something which is costing me a 50, 60, 70 lakhs to that extent as well. So it's a little bit of folks who are looking at the best product proposition coming down for our product. And then, of course, the top end of premium SUVs who want pretty much every single feature which is out there as well. So our product portfolio would look like this. Starts with an AX. We have an AX3. AX and AX3 will get into the leapfrog of somebody coming in from the CSUV space. You have the AX5 and AX7, literally the heart of our business, and I'll spend a minute on that as well. And then, of course, you have the AX7 Tech and AX7L. And so folks who are familiar with our XUV 700 portfolio, is there anything missing from, MX? So one of the first things you'll notice is our entire portfolio now is Adrenox powered. Entire portfolio is connected car. So that's the X for all that we're bringing to the table here. I'll spend a couple of minutes in each of the variants, but I'll deviate a little bit from what I normally do. I start with the low-end variant and I'll go up there. 700, if you look at it, more than 80% of the volume we get is the AX7 family. That's really what has captured the imagination of the audience. So I'm going to start with the AX7. Perfect balance of features, perfect balance of luxury, perfect balance of tech to get there. So let's start with AX7. If you look at an AX7, this is where I talked about the customer insights we got to get to this. We wanted to get the distilled set of features which would really appeal to that audience. They're not really trying to aim for getting everything in the car, but really want to compromise as well. So coast to coast, triple screen, which Velu talked about. You get BYOD here as well. And we do have a car with the screens put in there, so you should experience the BYOD out there as well. You get wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. We've gotten some feedback that takes a delay for us to get our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Happy to tell you that the cars from day one are certified for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. We get leatherette, the pano sunroof, which is much loud in this space. Cruise control, of course. Safety and wellness is important. You always see us talk about safety. I've added wellness to this as well. And some of you folks who come from Delhi, AQI is a big situation there. So we've added a ton of features for purifying the air as well. So a lot of features which can get in there. 540-degree camera comes into the camera at this variant. DVR, another safety feature if you look at it. That gets into this variant as well. And of course, from a design perspective, you get the R18 diamond alloy wheels as well. So that's what AX7 stands for. It's about stepping up the lifestyle. And with that, let's play the AV, please. So that's the set of features we're bringing for the AX. And as you know, for us, diesel is the mainstay of our portfolio as well. So when I'm putting out the prices, we'll be putting out the price for the diesel manual here. But of course, with the press release, we'll have the entire price list coming out as well. AX7, any guesses? Diesel manual? Yeah. People are a little bit tired, but let's get to the price as well. AX7 diesel manual gets at 18.95. And you'll see some of the features scrolling there. I was told that that entire scrolling takes a minute, so I'm not going to wait for the entire minute for all the features to come out there. But of course, we're going to share with you tomorrow in a booklet on what it looks like. So fantastic price, 18.95. You're not very far from where a mid-variant of a 5-seater 4.3, 4.2 car exists. So a little bit stretch, 15, 20,000, 30,000, and lo and behold, you have an AX7 with you. So it's an amazing price point. Somebody who's really trying to step up there, trying to go up from what would be a mid-size SUV, perfect opportunity for them to upgrade themselves. So that's AX7 for us. Like I said, the heart of our business, the core of the volumes we get from the AX7 family itself. Now I'm going to start moving from here to the AX7L, which is our top-end variant. We do have something in between, which is AX7 Tech. But let me spend time on the top-end variant, which is AX7L. AX7L is for a customer who pretty much wants everything you can throw for them, right? And it has the Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision we talked about. It has the ADAS level 2 advanced features, advanced visualization, which Velu talked about as well. It has a 16-speaker Harman Kardon and the experience which Manjari talked about. It has new R19 alloys wheels as well, and like I said, I can keep going on and on. But really, everything that we talked about as a top-end features all gets in here. And there's also something which we see customers, like I said, folks who are starting to look at the luxury SUV space, who are trying to buy a German-made car or a SUV like that, would look at this and say that the product proposition for this at these price points is actually much better than trying to go into a 50 lakh, 60 lakh, 70 lakh price point as well. So that's an audience we have started to tap into. Very excited to get that part of the business coming in as well. So AX7, let's just quickly pay the variant film and then we'll get to the prices. That's the AX7L. People ask me sometimes, what is your favorite feature when you have one of these vehicles? And I got to tell you, in the AX7L, I have 2 teenagers at home. I don't want them to be fighting for who gets the ventilated seat and who doesn't get the ventilators. It's fantastic that all of the 4 seats have ventilated seats as well. So that is something I love. With that, the diesel manual prices, any guesses now? Let me see if I've got the audience excited here. 25, 23. Okay. 22.47 for a diesel manual price point. And again, you can see the scrolling of all the features. And again, this I think goes on for a minute or so. But really, we have absolutely packed in everything which could be put into the product from a tech perspective, from a luxury perspective, sophistication, the best of what the engineering team could put in there as well. So that's AX7L. And again, one of the things I do want to remind you is this, both these are introductory prices. In fact, the entire portfolio, the prices we're putting out are introductory prices for the first 40,000 volume. I know it's a big number, but I just want to put it out. It's introductory prices for the first 40,000 volumes of customer deliveries as well. So, like I said, I wanted to start with the AX7 family because, like, it's 80% of volume. It doesn't mean we've forgotten the rest of the variants. Like I said, this is X for all. We want everybody to be excited about the vehicle. So let me talk about the entry variant, which is AX7. AX itself, sorry, AX. So AX, X for all, what does it get? Start with the first set of features. Bi-LED projector headlamps with DRL right up front. Push button start and stop. By the way, there's one of the features our customers have consistently told us that you got to give push button start and stop. It's stakeholder, it's table stakes for us to get there. Cruise control from an entry-level variant. The first variant gets cruise control. Safety, of course, we don't compromise any of the safety features. 75 plus safety features. 6 airbags with curtain airbags all the way back to the third row. Again, one of the category first in this product. Electronic stability control, 17 features as well. That's on safety. Wireless Android CarPlay, I talked about it. Smartwatch connectivity, ChatGPT, which Manjari talked about. All of that comes in. So it's really a connected car right up front. Pretty much all the core features that you want on a smart connected car, you have there as well. The question... prices out first. So with that, let's get started. This one, I'm going to start with the gasoline manual because obviously that's the entry-level variant we're putting out there. And again, these are the introductory prices. Any guesses on this one? Not very far. AX gasoline manual at 13.66. This is pretty much what you would, if you were to go out today and buy a 700, this is the price you're going to pay for an MX variant as well. So you're getting the connected car experience for what you would pay for an MX variant today. That's on the gasoline side. On the diesel side, 14.96 for the diesel variant. As you know, diesel is a huge component for us over here as well. So that's what we had in terms of the features and the product as well. What I'll do now is we'll get the vehicles out for you and we'll talk about it. But before that, let me spend a couple of minutes on the dates itself. So Power of X, as we talked about, X for all. The test drives pretty much start immediately. If you guys can get to the next slide. So we start test drives on 8th January. In fact, the vehicles have started to reach the dealerships as well. You would have seen a couple of leaks which go out in the last couple of days. That's because the vehicles have actually reached the dealers for a change. It's a good thing because you have customers waiting for the vehicles and we have them for you to start driving as well. Booking starts on 14th Jan. And actually, we've started a pre-booking process on December 14th, if you guys remember. So we actually have a whole bunch of customers who already paid the booking amount and they're actually waiting for the vehicle as well. So we're going to start deliveries of these vehicles for those pre-booking customers. We're going to start deliveries. Not that everybody is going to get it right up front, but at least we're going to start deliveries for those pre-booked customers on 14th Jan, right after that. So no waiting for the vehicle. If you're excited about it, you'll get there. Top-end variants, like I said, AX7 family is our core part of it. So we'll start with the AX7. And then, of course, the rest of the variants, which is AX, AX3, and AX5, we're going to start in April. But you're going to start getting vehicles right away. You're going to experience the 7XO right away as well. So that's really what we have there for you folks. And what I'll do now is we'll get all the 3 vehicles. We're going to put 3 vehicles for the photo op. But right after that, please do give us some time. We want to talk a little bit about the event tomorrow, which we have in for you guys. And we'll, of course, talk a little bit about some of the booths we have as well. With that, why don't we get the vehicles out for a photo op, please?